In the dead of night, on March 23, 2013, 17 masked men armed with military-grade weapons stormed Cebongan Prison in Sleman, Indonesia. Prison guards, outmatched and terrified, could only watch as the intruders executed 4 detainees in cold blood. The killings lasted just 5 minutes, but what followed would shake Indonesia to its core. This wasn't a prison break. It was a calculated execution. The attackers didn't want to free anyone. They wanted vengeance. As the echoes of gunshots faded into the night, they forced the 31 witnesses to applaud the killings before vanishing into the darkness. What could drive elite military commandos to abandon their sworn duty and become executioners? The answer lies in a code as old as warfare itself. A life for a life. 4 days earlier, at Hugo's Cafe in Yogyakarta, a Special Forces soldier named Second Sergeant Heru Santoso became entangled in what seemed like an ordinary bar altercation. What happened next was anything but ordinary. As the argument escalated, a former police officer named Johannes Juan Manbite and 3 associates, Benjamin Deki Sahetapi, Adrianus Dedi Galaja, and Yermianto Adi Rohiriwu, surrounded the soldier. Without warning, Deki smashed a bottle against Heru's head, while Dedi plunged a dagger into his chest. The soldier was rushed to the hospital but died en route, his blood staining the back seat of a civilian's car. What the attackers couldn't have known was that killing this particular man would unleash the full fury of Indonesia's most feared military unit, Kopassus. Their act had set in motion a chain of events that would expose a shadowy world where military honor, organized crime, and institutional corruption collide with devastating consequences. The 4 suspects were quickly apprehended and placed in police custody, but strange anomalies began appearing almost immediately. Despite the seriousness of the crime, Johannes Juan Manbait, a former police officer dismissed for drug involvement, was given a lightning-fast 5-minute disciplinary hearing. Even more puzzling, all 4 suspects were abruptly transferred from secure police detention to Cebongan Prison, supposedly because of cell renovations, though the cells were in perfectly usable condition. At Cebongan, the 4 were isolated in a separate block from other inmates, including 7 drug offenders transferred the same day. Someone was methodically setting the stage for what would come next. Days after the stabbing, a military intelligence officer appeared at the Sleman police station with an unusual request. He wanted the 4 detainees transferred to military custody, expressing doubts about police impartiality since one suspect was a former officer. Police officials refused, but anonymous messages started to spread. Kopassus troops have moved. 2 military trucks were seen near Yogyakarta. Was this an unofficial mission? Or something deeper? Meanwhile, investigators discovered these 4 men weren't ordinary suspects. They were deeply embedded in Yogyakarta's criminal underworld. At 1:30 a.m. on March 23, 2013, 17 masked men in tactical gear stormed Cebongan Prison. They subdued guards, disabled CCTV, and went straight to cell block 5A. They asked, "Where is Deki's group?" Then, one by one, the 4 detainees, Deki, Dedi, Adi, and Juan, were executed at point-blank range. Before leaving, they destroyed surveillance footage and forced 31 witnesses to applaud the killing. The military denied involvement, but mounting evidence said otherwise. Eventually, 11 Kopassus soldiers from Group 2 stepped forward and confessed. Autopsies later revealed broken limbs and knife wounds on Juan and Adi, signs of torture not mentioned in the official version. Sergeant Ukok Tigor Simbolon was charged with premeditated murder. The courtroom overflowed with spectators, but the prosecution asked for only 12 years. His sentence, 11 years, not for murder but disobeying orders. His 10 comrades got between 3 and 8 years. Meanwhile, Juan's links to police drug rings and threats to expose corrupt officers vanished with him. Indonesia split in two. Some called the soldiers heroes. Others saw a constitutional failure. 3 unidentified figures in Hugo's Cafe CCTV were never identified. No one explained how the attackers knew the prison so well. The 4 victims, Deki, Dadi, Adi, and Juan, were criminals. But they were still citizens with the right to a fair trial. Instead, they were gunned down by men sworn to protect the Constitution, and the secrets they carried were buried with them. A soldier's revenge at the cost of the Constitution. If this story shocked you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. This is Indonesia Crime Files, true stories from the dark side of justice.